You just made a choice. Out of all the things you could be doing right now, you decided to click on this video. And you probably feel like you were in complete control of that decision. That sense of agency, your free will, is the baseline for how we navigate the world. It is the premise we use to build our personal identities, hold each other accountable, and structure our legal and moral systems. But if we look closely at what you are actually made of, that agency gets complicated. Your brain and body are built from cells. Those cells are built from proteins, which are made of atoms, which can be broken down even further into subatomic particles, like protons and electrons. Those tiny components do not have desires or motivations. They do not make choices. They strictly obey the laws of physics. And at a classical level, those laws are completely deterministic. Think of a break on a pool table. Every single action is a direct, inescapable mathematical reaction to whatever happened immediately before it. Because of this, if a theoretical supercomputer existed at the exact moment of the Big Bang, and it knew the starting properties of every particle in existence, it could calculate exactly where every particle would be and what it would be doing at this very second. Under this strict physical framework, the choices you feel like you are making are an illusion. Your biology and physics locked you into a 14-billion-year-old script, leaving you on autopilot as a non-playable character in your own life. But we know classical physics isn't the whole story. Quantum mechanics proves that at the absolute smallest levels, the universe actually involves genuine, unpredictable randomness. Unfortunately, swapping a predictable script for random chance doesn't give you control. If an electron randomly zigzags left instead of right, and that random movement triggers a neuron in your brain to fire, that is still an unguided physical process making a decision for you. Whether reality operates like a perfectly wound clock or a continuous roll of the dice, looking strictly at the microscopic laws of physics leaves us without any actual agency. This method of breaking things down into their smallest possible parts is called reductionism. It is a highly effective way to do science, but it hits a wall when applied to deeply complex systems. Trying to explain human choices by studying the behavior of electrons is a category error. It makes as much sense as trying to understand how a galaxy forms by examining a human digestive tract. To understand how the universe actually functions at our scale, we have to bridge the gap between microscopic parts and macroscopic reality through the scientific principle of emergence. Consider a single H2O molecule. By itself, it has zero properties of wetness, but drop enough of them onto clothes and things change. Wetness is an entirely new physical trait. It only comes into existence when a sextillion water molecules combine and interact with one another. When many small components combine, they generate entirely new properties that simply do not exist at the level of the individual parts. Reality organizes itself into a hierarchical ladder of complexity. We can map this starting from a single atom, moving up to a complex DNA molecule, and eventually up to a living biological cell. With every single jump up this ladder, the rules of physics and what is mathematically possible completely change. The most crucial aspect of this structure is that these distinct layers operate almost entirely independently from one another. You do not need to factor in the behavior of subatomic quarks to predict an election cycle, just like you do not need quantum mechanics to explain how your stomach digests a sandwich. A strict bottom-up reductionist view fails here. You cannot reconstruct the entire universe or explain macroscopic human behavior by starting at the subatomic floor. Just as one isolated water molecule isn't wet, not a single individual neuron inside your head possesses the desire to watch a YouTube video. Your consciousness, your fears, your personality, and your capacity to make choices emerge at the specific layer where 80 billion interconnected neurons fire in sequence. At this highly complex, emergent layer of reality, you act as a distinct, powerful physical cause within the universe. It is a continuous feedback loop of agency. You are shaped by the decisions you make, and your future decisions are in turn shaped by you. You are an active, driving participant in reality. Your consciousness steers the physical processes that define your life, taking part in the unfolding of the universe rather than just witnessing it. Searching for the exact mechanics of free will inside a single atom means you are simply looking at the wrong layer of existence. Our foundational building blocks are absolutely bound by deterministic and quantum laws, But our macroscopic, emergent existence operates on a set of rules that are infinitely more complex. Free will exists as a functional, physical reality at the human scale, which means the choices you make from this moment forward are genuinely yours.